Hey guys, welcome to the Personal Finance, and today we are going to discuss about SWRs, right? Safe withdrawal rates. I'm going to put forth some of my views and some of my computations on safe withdrawal rate, and we'll take a deep dive into it. But first things first, I'm not a financial or investment advisor, as I keep saying in all my videos, right? I only provide Excel models, and this is one of such models where we are going to compute SWRs, right? On this channel, I will try to bring in as much as information as possible to all of you. And in case you like the content, please don't forget to subscribe. You might know, I mean, most of you have got my Excel. And if you are not, please email me at findia@gmail.com. This Excel also is available now. Even the goal planning Excel is available. If you haven't received the Excel till now from my side, please do email again, right? I have sent to almost 200 subscribers of mine, the ones who had sent me an email. But if you're not one, please subscribe, send me an email, and I'll send out the Excel sheet across, including this Excel. In case if you want, please do email, and please do comment as well if you like this video. Let's start. So this is the latest calculator that I have been working on and fine tuning. Let me explain this calculator, and let me just put 2 crores here. I don't want people to just scared of this calculator, right? So this calculator works like this. This is the corpus that initially you may have. This is the annual expense that you need to fill in. Say your annual expense is about, say, 10 lakh rupees. Okay, I'm going to fill 10 lakh rupees annual expense. Okay, and your corpus is, say, 3 crores. Okay. Initially, you say your age is 43 years of age, right? You are starting with a 60-40 split in corpus. Okay, 60-40. If you see here, 60% in equity and 40% in debt. Sorry. Okay. This sheet considers all the fixed asset tax. There's a modeling of tax that I have done, and this fixed asset tax means that you have put more or less everything in debt as which taxation comes in your salary slab, right? So this basically fixed asset tax is basically salary slab tax that I have considered. Next, I have considered long-term capital gain tax, which is 12.5% this year, unfortunately, and I have considered that for every 3 or 4 years, government is going to revise it and bring it up to about 25-30%, right? Now, inflation in this particular cases is modeled. All the inflation that you see in column G is a modeled inflation based on equity and debt performances. Okay, and these nifty models that you see in column J, that nifty returns that you see in column J, are something that I have made using US, learning using US equities and India equity, and also some of which I have put in some effort in terms of making this model data. Again, I'm not playing any god, right? I'm not saying that this is what exactly this Nifty will perform for the next 50 years. Nobody knows, right? So, but however, having said that, I do believe that this is a fairly conservative model of Nifty. For example, I have considered for every once in 7 years, the market will degrow. That means market will give negative returns. And once in every 2 years, market will give successive negative returns, like -4, -6, right? -16, -6, if you see here, -4.5, -1.1, and -15%. I'm considering that, market is going to drop -15% in next 1 or 2 years, right? Again, that's all just to stress test the model that I'm trying to build here. Okay, that's one. This is the equity corpus to begin with. So 60% of the present is 1.8 and 40% of the present is 1.2, as you may see here. Okay, there is rebalancing flag that I put here. Rebalancing would mean that, say, every 5 years you rebalance. So when you rebalance, what do? You have to say yes in rebalancing, and you put whatever number you want. So from here, all the equity corpus will move to debt, and the rebalancing will start from here. If you don't want rebalancing, you can put no to rebalancing, and once you compute, this will all be 60, 60, 60 again, right? But the assumption is that, okay, fine, we will rebalance every 5 or 6 years. Again, this is a dynamic rebalancing. Once you know that how the Nifty has performed in the past past year, you can rebalance based on the performance. You may say, no, I don't want rebalancing. You may say, yes, let's rebalance, right? But again, this is a model that I've considered, so I'm just going to say every 5 years we are going to rebalance the portfolio, right? How do we rebalance? Initially it is 60-40, then it will be 40-60, then it will be 30-70, then it will be 20 and something like that, right? So that's the rebalancing. And then similar thing for debt. Debt also is modeled based on the past bond rates and past FD rates, right? This is how it's modeled. And then there is taxation, as I said, it's considered. For example, if your expense is 10 lakh rupees, you are going to withdraw 12 lakhs. If you see column W, you're going to withdraw 12 lakhs 90,000 rupees because the 2 lakh 90,000 rupees goes into the government kitty as tax, right? So this is what we have to be very clear in. Now let's jump into the model. Before I get into that, this simulates about 75 cases. That means this is going to simulate 75 cases of Nifty performance, right? So it will start from like this, complete data, then it's going to begin from here and in a circular fashion and everything, and you will see that thing. And what it gives out is it gives out the worst case age plan and the best case age plan for all the amongst all the 75 cases that is been executed. And also it gives out SWR record. This record is updated, and we'll see how this works. Let's start calculating based on 3 crores corpus, 10 lakhs annual expense, initially as 60-40, rebalancing every 5 or 6 years. Okay, and we will run all the models, and I'm going to click compute, and this is going to take significant amount of time because it's going to compute a lot of data. Right, if you see column Y, this column Y, this is going to give all the comments, all the data and everything, saying that okay, fine, whether it is good, rebalancing has occurred or not, and whether the movement has happened from equity to debt. And whenever there's a movement from equity to debt, there is a tax consideration that I'm considering basis on the column E and column F. Right, it's a regression model. Don't worry about what it is matching the number as. It's a regression, some sort of regression model. And yeah, so this is how the entire Excel is functioning. It takes some time. I've got some of the subscribers mentioning that they're working on Mac. Do I have some sort of Google spreadsheet? Yes, I have Google spreadsheet. Please email me once again. I got plenty of emails, so please email me once again. I will send you the link for Google spreadsheet as well, which you can definitely work on, right? So this is working on a 3 crores 10 lakh expense model, and we will see if it is 3 crores and 10 lakhs expense, the 3 crores lasts till what age in terms of worst and best case performance in terms of age, right? Again, if you need this Excel, please do email me. This Excel is free, absolutely free. I'm going to just share it across. You may know by now that nothing hidden. If you email, you get the Excel immediately. Yes, so we are done with simulation. Now if you see here, 3 crores with 10 lakh rupees, considering taxes, considering rebalancing, and considering all the 75 Nifty cases, the worst case plan, that means this corpus is going to last till 63 years of age for a 43 years age person, right? And the best case, this corpus is going to last for 73 years. Till the person is 73 years, this corpus of 3 crores is going to last. That's the best case. The worst case is this: the corpus is going to last only till 63 years. Now let's look at the SWR, the column X. Okay, what is SWR? It's a safe withdrawal rate. But in here, there's a different way I am going to talk to you about safe withdrawal rate. It's not that you are going to withdraw X% every year from your portfolio. What I'm saying is you need to withdraw your expenses inflated, adjusted inflation, right? That's what, for example, if your expense is 10 lakh rupees in this case, you're going to withdraw first year 10 lakh rupees. Next year, you're going to withdraw 10 lakh 60,000 rupees because inflation is about 6%, right? Modeled based on the Nifty and the debt data. So this is what you withdraw. You don't withdraw 3% or 4% inflation adjusted year on year. You don't do that because you cannot live your life basis on okay, this is my return. So आज मेरे को 10 लाख रुपए मिले हैं साल के, so I'm going to live with 10 lakh rupees. Tomorrow next year I'll get 9 lakh rupees. I'll live with that. No, you don't want to compromise on your lifestyle, and you're going to withdraw such amount from your corpus. Again, what corpus? 60-40 corpus. and then basis that what's the withdrawal rate that will run. So if you see here, if you begin with a 3.5 or 3.47 withdrawal rate, the corpus lasts till 63 worst case and 73 worst case. If you see the record here, what you get here is this. This is my analysis that I have done. For example, the model 1 of the Nifty that I tried, that CAGR of 1 is 8%, 3 year CAGR is 0.14%. Then somebody will say, अरे यार क्या मॉडल बनाया है, 3 साल में सिर्फ 0.14% return. But then conservative model है, right? 4.78% in 5 years. This is like worst performing. Even FDs perform far better than this, right? This is including taxes. But 10 years में 8% return or 15%, 15 years में 7% return. Somebody is just going to shoot me saying that ये क्या conservative model बनाया. This is not how it works. However, having said that, like you all know that this channel believes in conservative modeling, right? We love being conservative. I mean, we don't love being pessimistic, right? We don't love being overly bullish. So if you see here, I have made this green cells. If you see, this is dynamic, of course. Once you have this sheet, you will come to know. Model 1 is green because of some analysis I have done, can be considered. These all are too bullish. Right, all these things are too bullish. Model 3, Model 4, Model 5, Model 6, 7 are too bullish. Model 2 is too bearish, right? I think this is too bearish. 15% drop suddenly, it's too bearish. But still we can consider. Somebody might say, अरे यार 20 साल का CAGR 9.5% है, इसको आपने बोला है can be considered, and 8.1 CAGR है 20 साल में. You are saying it's too bearish. And if you see 7.3 is better, 6.7, 5.6 is better for 5 years. But some analysis I have done, I would say this is okay to consider. So if you see, about 8-9 cases is something that you can consider, and if whatever you can consider in that, for this person, if the safe withdrawal for him or her would be about 3.6 or 3.7%, but if the person starts withdrawing 3.6 or 3.7%, it will only last till best case 73 years and the worst case 63 years. Now let's see, for 10 lakh rupees, if your annual expense is there, somebody says 10 lakh rupees, take a magic formula of 40x of your annual expense. Let's take 40x annual expense, right? Let's take 4 crore rupees. And let's see how this model performs in similar 60-40 ratio in equity and debt, rebalancing every 5 or 6 years. If you see at the end also, it's 20% equity at 75 years of age, right? Once you have the Excel, please request the Excel. You will get the Excel immediately the moment I see the email, right? It happens once in 4 or 5 hours. Like you can have the email, or best case, you have to wait for about 6 or 7 hours. You will have the email in your inbox. So I'm going to compute this for 4 crore rupees. I'm computing right now that for 4 crore rupees, what will be the SWR and how long will this corpus last, okay, of 4 crore rupees. Again, many people in the FIRE community keep saying that do a 40x, right? Do a 40x, you are good. If your expense is about 10 lakhs a year, just do a 40x. 4 crores is sufficient, right? 4 crores is sufficient considering 40x with a withdrawal rate of whatever, right, you want to consider. But if you, for example, in US, if the withdrawal rate is 4%, it's 25x. We are saying about 40x here, so withdrawal rate will be about 2.5%, right? So that's what they say. Okay, just keep withdrawing about 2.5% and you are done. 40x से काम चल जाएगा. But क्या 40x से काम सबके लिए चलेगा? नहीं. It all depends on the age. Your age, right, is the key factor here. Your age and how long do you plan? How long do you want to plan your retirement? 40x for a 50-year-old might work, but 40x for a 40-year-old, will it work? I am talking about 100% FIRE, meaning you're not going to go back to job once again, right? So, will a 40x work for a 40-year-old or 30-year-old? The answer might be no, right? Definitively, we can definitely work out few things with this Excel. Yeah, computation is done. Thanks for being there with me till now. So if you see here, 4 crores अगर corpus है तो 70 years तक चलेगा corpus, worst case plan, and best case plan चलेगा 82 years तक, right? So, and the withdrawal is about 2.6%. So if you see the same thing comes in record, things have changed now. So if you see can be considered, whatever green lines are there, you can see 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, 2.8, all these things you can consider for 2.8% as safe withdrawal rate, and it's fine, highly tuned for your case and your likings. You may say, nahi, I don't want to start with 60-40, I will start with 50-50 and all the SWRs and your calculation will change. Let's say, so if you've seen 69 years, 82 years and 60-40 split, 10 lakh rupee expense. Let's say 5 crore rupees, let's begin with 5 crore rupees, right? And again, last time I'm running this, and again, as I said, you can definitely have the Excel, just request and you will have the Excel in your inbox shortly. Okay, so now I'm going to compute this entire thing with 5 crore corpus, right, with a 10 lakh annual expense. Let us see what will be the worst case and best case amongst the 75 nifty models that I'm trying to simulate. Once again, 60-40 is a split, rebalancing every 4 or 5 years. You can change the rebalancing flag any year that you want and the model will function smoothly throughout, right? This is particularly for the SWR, somebody who just wants to say, I want to find my X. I mean, not that X. I want to find my X in terms of fire X, right? So for example, if your X is say 2.5% is a withdrawal rate, that will be about 40 times will be your corpus that is required. If this sheet gives your X to be 2.1, right, then you will have about 47 times your corpus. Everything, my dear friends, depends on your age. It depends on your age, right? Because 40x will not suffice if somebody says मेरी उम्र 30 साल है and I'm going to retire now. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता, right? So 40x लेके आप retire नहीं होते at 30 years of age you can't retire, right? It is not perpetual. Inflation will keep increasing. It's not that you can keep withdrawing perpetually. Yes, the model is done. So if you see, the worst case is 75 and best case is 90. I think this is fine. If the worst case comes 75 and best case comes 90, I think it's okay, because if you start plotting the the graph of all these things, you will try to see that, okay, I think more or less what happens here is, there are lots of cases wherein you will get about 2.4 or 2.5% as your withdrawal rate for this person who is 43 years of age. Okay, for this person who is because if I reduce the age, right, suddenly things will just dramatically change. For example, if the person is 35 years old, then what happens? Let us see if this person is 35 years of age. Let's figure out how does this entire thing change. So let's see, this model is running while the last model runs. I'm going to tell you some things. So this column C that you see model, you can change the model to modeling or fixed. So fixed means it will consider 10% of growth year on year, but that's that's not how the market will function, right? So in regression, you can either run a full regression of 75 models, or in the cell F1 where I'm right now trying to mark, you can just say one model only, right? If you say one model, then it's going to run one model and it will just give you one number based on one simulation. So let's see, I have already run the model before, so that's why you are seeing this number is 70 or 82. So yeah, this entire simulation, once it is done, it will come to about 70 years worst case and best case 82 years of model, right? So that's why I said, right, so it all depends on the person's age, right? Your SWR, your corpus is going to be lasting obviously based on person's age. Again, this is not a typical SWR. It's about if you want the expense to run throughout, similar expense to run. SWR means if you have to just withdraw 2.5% of your corpus, whether it comes to be 10 lakhs adjusted inflation, or it comes to be 9 lakhs inflation adjusted post 1 or 2 or 3 years or 4 years, right? But that's what it considers. So now, having said that, my typical recommendation would be that take this sheet, right? Punch in your numbers, annual expense numbers. If you have not seen my previous sheet of goal planning, please go ahead and check the goal planning sheet as well. Both sheets I can send it to you once again, and have a look at your SWR, what you might get as SWR based on your age, right? Whether it is 40x, 50x. Again, this is for 100% fire. It's not for coast fire. It's not for lean fire. It's a 100% fire, meaning that you will stop working, right? You will put on your boots saying that I'm not going to work from tomorrow onwards. That is how this is entire computed, right? This particular sheet. Again, if you go back to my goal planning sheet, then everything changes, right? There is the salary getting fed in year on year, and it will show you how long you have to work and things like that, right? So yeah, this is what I wanted to discuss today, to convey today to you my views on SWR, right? The way SWR should be visualized by people. And as for SWR, it is dependent on age, my dear friends. It is not a typical thing for SWR. A 20-year-old, a 25-year-old who wants fire, or 30-year-old who wants to fire cannot say 30x or 33x is good enough for me, right? Definitely, maybe a 40 years old, 45 years old can tell that, okay, maybe 40x is sufficient for me, 45x. Based on this, whatever you are comfortable in the sheet, you can keep changing the numbers, you can keep changing rebalancing. You can for example, look at this here, right? You can just say run one model, or you can say run regression. You can just say fixed. If you say fixed, you see all this tends to 10, 10, 10, right? If you say model, then everything will be modeled based on the Nifty. So if you just say one model, it will be running quickly. So just it's done. One model is done. And if you say run regression, it will take some time to give you all the models, and the result will be shown in this particular table. Okay. So again, thank you so much. In case if you need this Excel, please do ping me, right? Please do email me at this findia@gmail.com, and I rest assured, ask my subscribers, anyone whom you see, Excel is shared without any precondition. I just request that post sharing Excel, that please subscribe, right? Subscription do help you and do helps me as well to just spread this knowledge, which I am just giving out of my passion towards teaching people finances. Okay, so thank you so much. Financial planning. Thank you so much.